I remember when I just turned 20, I thought that I knew everything in this world, that I have everything planned out for myself, and I knew that what I'm gonna do with my life. Honestly, I'm turning 30 soon, and I still don't have everything figured out for me. I have a younger sister, she just turned 19, and she's also in the same like vibe as I was when I was 20. So it made me wonder, are we all like that? Hi and salam everyone, welcome back to my channel. For all of you who are new here and watching my video for the first time, my name is Emina, and on my channel you're gonna find different topics that you can watch, especially advices for women everywhere. So as I said on the beginning, I am approaching my 30s, and I decided that today's topic would be something a lot of you out there will relate to it, and it's gonna be a bit more personal than usual. So I was born in a small country named Bosnia and Herzegovina. I grew up in a small city, small town in the east of country called Gorazde. The city is quite small. It only counts maybe 10,000 people living in the city. My family was quite big. I have two brothers and one sister, and I'm the oldest child. Meaning, since I know for myself, I always knew about responsibilities. So for me, I felt like I grew up so fast in my life. Quite honestly, I cannot remember exactly what games I used to play, but I can remember it quite precisely the first time I lost my brother in the playground and I couldn't find him for 5 minutes, and how terrified I felt. I'm not saying this so you would feel sorry for me. Every older child goes through this. Like, I have not met a person who has few siblings and they are the oldest one that they didn't go through all of this growing up. But I do believe that being a firstborn and you have more siblings in your family makes you a bit stronger going through life. So to connect this with my first big lesson that I learned in my 20s is actually not feeling guilty to put yourself first. I'm a big people pleaser because I think that came with all of my growing up and trying to make everybody else happy. And I do not feel that that's a bad thing, honestly. I just feel that in certain situations you have to put yourself first, and if it's done for the right people. So I believe my close friends and people that I'm surrounded with sense this in me, that I like to please people and I like to help everybody. So people kind of use that. Like, I remember having a huge fight with my now ex-friend in my second year of college, I believe. I looked at this friend like a really close friend, like even my best friend. We would share everything. So like, I felt like she was more like a family than a friend. Like, she was very close to me. Anyways, we were sitting with a group of people from college, like after the classes and everything, and we were having coffee. And maybe a week or two ago, she treated me with coffee. Like, I didn't ask for it. Like, she just said, "Oh, it's okay, I'm gonna pay this time. Like, it's fine." And I don't mind when I have like extra, like I like to treat the people that I love, of course. Like, I always get more excited when I buy something for somebody else than for myself. And the thing that like really woke me up at that moment was when she said the time came for us to pay, and she looked at me in front of all of those people and she said like, oh, you will pay for me because you owe me, because I paid for your coffee like 2 weeks ago. And honestly, like, I have never felt more embarrassed in my life. Like, I wanted to just like, I had money, it's not a problem. Like, I had money to pay for that coffee. But like, I felt so crushed that you would embarrass me in front of all of those people that I most of them I don't even say hi to. Like, it was just a group of people. And like, you feel so small, you feel so cheap. I don't know how to explain the feeling, but definitely like, it was the thing that woke me up, and I said like, enough. Unfortunately, this lesson was really hard on me, but I'm glad it happened, like, because from that moment I kind of picked my circle of people. I was really careful who I say things to, like my secrets and everything. Like I was really, really careful, and I was testing people to see if they would do anything similar. You have to choose really wisely, because having a close group of friends sometimes can really take you in another direction. Like you have to really choose wisely when it comes to close people. Another big thing that I had to experience on my skin in my early 20s was that some of the plans that you have in your mind might never see the light of the day. I had big plans, honestly. Like I wanted to be a completely different person that I am today. Like when I think about it now, like I had an amazing big plans. As I said in my previous videos, like God knows what's the best thing for us. I always wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to go to study in English major, so I would be an English teacher in my country. And I was very passionate about it. But at the time, when I was about to go to the college and everything, my parents didn't have, honestly, that finances that would require for me to go, because the college that I wanted to go was not even the same city, so I would have to travel. And you might not understand your parents at the moment, like why things cannot happen, but when you have to sit down and think clearly, like I had siblings that were also going to school, so they required also funding and money and everything, so it was really, really tough for them to send me. So I had to change my direction, and I went to mechanical engineering studies, because those studies were available at my city where I lived. I think at the time I was a bit mad and sad and the worst kind of a feeling to merge together, because I could not be the person that I wanted to become. Like I couldn't like do the things that I would enjoy in my life. But eventually I understood that the best thing in those situations is to just let go and try your best of the situation that you are put in. And you might get surprised how much you get to love the things that you thought that you were never be able to love. I was always scared to live away from my family, and I would always get this nostalgic feeling like when I'm away from my mom and my family. So I think the God wanted me to learn that lesson a bit late in my life, I think, because usually kids go away very, very early, maybe after they turn 18 or something. But I moved away first time from my home when I was 25. So this lesson started when I moved for work in Sarajevo. It's like a capital city of my country. It's quite close to my city, maybe an hour and 45 minutes of drive, but it's still like I was away from my family. They were not there. God forbid if I need them, like all of that developed in my mind. But I still had that nostalgic feeling, even though like I knew that I can go pay a ticket and I go to the bus and I go visit them like every day if I want to. But like I still like knew that they are not there. Like, you know, that very bad feeling. I'll tell you the funny story so you can imagine actually how nostalgic I would get. I was 10, first time that I left the country for like student visit or something like that. And it was a traveling with my school and my classmates. So it was a 2-week trip to Turkey, to Istanbul and Ankara. So I didn't know then like that I had that feeling, because I never left my family before that. So the first time that happened was when I went there. Everything was fine. We were actually going by plane. That was my first plane ride and everything. So everything was going smoothly. Everything was fine until we landed in Istanbul. The plan was to have like this student exchange. I would live 7 days with a Turkish family in their home. Another 7 days we would be at the seaside somewhere, like, and all of us as a group. So as I said, everything was fine until I entered the house of that family. Don't get me wrong, that family was extremely nice. Like I still remember it until this day. They were like really, really welcoming, and it was a beautiful household. The problem with Turkish people is a bit that not a lot of them knows English. So I was, even when I was 10, I was quite confident in my English. Like at least I knew how to say what I need, and like I would be able to communicate. But Turkish people are not. So they only had one girl, maybe she was 15, who knew English. So she was not there at the time, so she couldn't greet me, and so it was very hard. And I just felt like this boiling fear in my body. So I just ran into the toilet, and I had a very old phone that my mom gave me in case of emergency or something. And I know before, like, you had to put credit on your phone so you would call somebody. So I went inside and I dialed my mom's phone, and I kept crying to my mom. It's like miles away from me, that I want to come home. And I had maybe 20 marks, Bosnian marks. That's like 10 euros on my phone, like, of credit. And I'm roaming, like, I'm not in my country. So that phone call lasted maybe 2 minutes. And trust me, till this day, everybody in my family, if there is a moment of them to remember what happened, they would say this story to complete strangers. So it will make like a funny story. So I think I went through all of that. So God, like, told me it's time for you to learn the lesson. So I had to move for work in Sarajevo. I worked there, and I think that was the best thing that happened to me, because if it didn't, like, I would not even consider moving to Dubai. Like, that would be like, no way, like, definitely no. And I would not move to Dubai. And moving to Dubai was the best thing that ever happened to me. But it was really, really hard when I first moved. So, when you come back from work, there is no meals ready. If you have laundry, you have to do it. If the house is dirty, you have to clean it. Like, there's no more mom that will wait for you. So that moment right there made me appreciate my mom so much and everything that she does for us. And when I moved to Dubai, I was 26. And, like, I don't know, but it felt really easy adapting in Dubai, because somehow, like, I knew how to take care of myself. Even, like, having that feeling that my family is not even nearly close to me, I somehow felt like very calm and very peaceful. Like, maybe because the work was a bit intense, so I didn't have time to think about anything else. But I do believe that everybody should experience this and just try to be the person of your own. I read somewhere recently that says that Muslims are travelers. Like, we were always been travelers. So we should be, like, able to travel, to see the world and experience everything as much as we can, of course, as much as the time, the money and everything gave us. Definitely, like, you should not be scared, because human beings are very adaptive. You think that something might go wrong if there is no people beside you, but eventually you have to think also the way that things can happen even if you have your family close. So you just have to believe in God and, like, let it go, and everything is going to be fine. So, speaking from experience, as somebody who was extremely nostalgic about being away from the family, I believe that in your 20s you have to make that step, even for a short period of time, so you know that you can adapt in everything. So, to conclude this video, I want to say to all of you who are in your 20s now, don't worry, it's supposed to be messy, like, everything is going to be fine. And if you are past your 20s, I would like to hear in the comments what was your big lesson that you learned, and did you have any similarities with mine. So, as always, thank you so much for spending some time with me, and see you in the next video, inshallah. Masalam.